Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome back. Thank you for joining. Come on in, enter. So we are back for another live stream. Man, September really flew by. It has been an amazing couple of days. Streaming live with you guys at 8 p.m. I've had a really great time sharing with you guys, hanging out with you guys. It's been fun. So I'm looking forward to another couple of days with you and hearing from you guys, listening to your experiences, your thoughts. Like I said, I've been saying these last few days, I've totally been appreciating you guys sharing your feedback on, like, sending me emails with your feedback, sending me text messages, Facebook messages. It's, the feedback has been so positive these last few days. You guys are sharing that you've been learning so much from the product, the reviews that I've been sharing, from my perspective on the new products that we're launching. So it's been super fun being able to do that with you guys. So keep it coming. If you haven't already, first and foremost, please make sure that you do subscribe, because that's how you get to hear about all of these new videos. I know a lot of you are watching from Facebook, from our Facebook groups, for our customers, for representatives. So I appreciate you guys. You guys have also been sharing, which is super exciting to see. So I've had a chance to meet new people that I normally wouldn't have had the chance to connect with, and you guys, have been sharing that you've been learning so much. So I'm glad that you guys are learning. I'm glad that you guys have been having fun with this as much as I have, and I'm, like I said, totally looking forward to continuing to do this. Even if it's in a different way, we still get to have a good time. So just some comments coming in. Let me just say hello. And if you're joining in, if you're watching, give me a hi, a hello, a how you doing in the chat box below. If you're new here, let me see a hashtag new so that I can welcome you accordingly, give you a nice big shout out of a good, good old virtual hug. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I love seeing your hashtag replay messages, like, we're here, we're watching, or I missed the live, catching you on the replay. Love getting those messages too. I love that you guys are keeping the conversation going, which is one of the things I love about video. It's recorded, it's put up there, it lasts forever. So whether you're just joining now and you're going back and watching the Stream with G series, you guys have been like, oh, there's a playlist, so I could just go through all of them. Yay. Yes, there is a Stream with G playlist, so be sure to check that out. All of the videos are there, so if you did miss a live stream and you want to catch up, or if there was a video that you saw where you learned something and you wanted to share it, all of the videos are there. You can go through just these live streams. So it's been super fun streaming live. And I've got some new products to share with you guys tonight. So if you've probably read the title from now, so you probably see what tonight's topic of discussion is going to be. But we are really excited to announce the first, at least in my time, gender neutral fragrance. So all of these fragrances that I'm going to be sharing tonight, I say all of as if it's so many of them, but the two fragrances that I'm going to be sharing tonight are available. Well, they're going to be available. They're not available yet, but I'm kind of giving you a sneak preview, like 2 weeks before it actually launches. I've had these for a while and I've been holding them, and I finally am just like, okay, I have to share them because new stuff is coming in, and I don't want to, let these kind of fall by the wayside, because I really wanted to share them with you. So these two new fragrances that I'm going to be talking to you about are gender neutral. They've been carefully crafted by expert fragrance connoisseurs to come up with great fragrances that smell great with anybody and don't identify as masculine or feminine. Both of these fragrances, great for everyone. I love them. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I tell you guys 100% transparency. When I first tried, I don't even remember which one it was now, but when I first tried it, I was like, okay. I put it on and I was like, all right. Went about my day, and throughout the day, I just kept getting this little puff of fragrance, and I was like, what is that? oh, it's the perfume. And then a little while later, what is that smell? Oh, it's the perfume. Okay, it's really, it kind of started to grow on me. So it's one of those fragrances, I think, that kind of hit you after the fact. So do not make the mistake I made, which was spray and smell. You guys know the rules. You spray it, you give it a beat, you wave it, you let it air dry, and then you smell it. And that's when you get the best interpretation of the fragrance. So the two fragrances that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight are the brand new LYRD Artisan collection fragrances. We have our Cherry Vetiver and our Santal Musk. So both of these fragrances, great for male or female, anybody, whatever your fragrance preferences are. I think that you can find something in these fragrances that you're gonna like. So both of these fragrances, like I said, they are our Artisan collection. Of course, it is backwards. I do know how to fix that, but it takes a minute, which is why I normally have two cameras. But our Artisan fragrance, and you guys can see, like, even the bottle, it's like so iconic. Hey, Mala girls, thank you for joining. So good to see you. Nita, thank you for joining as well. Happy Monday, guys. So you guys see what we're talking about tonight. Let me know if you guys have seen these, if you have a favorite so far, or which one you're most excited about. I am curious because even though these two fragrances are like brother and sister, they're very different on the fragrance spectrum, but somehow there's still something very similar about the both of them. I don't know if maybe it's because they had the same artist design the fragrances, but to me they go very well together. Side note, I know I always have to be weird about these things and you guys are always like, what? I never thought to do that. I have been wearing the two of these together. It's crazy and it totally messes with your olfactory senses. It totally throws things off, but for me it just kind of keeps things fresh. So I'm going to share what I've been doing with you. I don't spray them together, but I do wear them together. So I've been having a lot of fun with these fragrances, and I think it could be because, like I said, they have maybe like the same group of people designed the fragrance, maybe because they were designed to be gender neutral, so they go well with very different body chemistries or whatever, but I don't know, they just go well. So Nita said she can't wait to try the cherry. All right, so why don't we dive into the cherry? Nita, you are my girl. This is the first one. Yes, this one was the first one that I tried, and like I said, it kind of grew on me. So with the cherry, it really does smell like cherry, but not in like a slightly fruity kind of like actual cherry fragrances, but not like sometimes when you buy like fruity perfumes, they're just like the sweetness. This one does have, like, I would say like a fruit punch kind of fragrance, not like fruit salad, so it has that hint of sweetness, but it's not overpowering like syrup sweetness. So we're not thinking Bath and Body fragrances that are lightweight, fruity. I mean, I know when I was in, I think, high school, we were really big on these fruity fragrances, and it was just very, like, really sweet. That's not what you're gonna get with this one. The key notes on the Cherry Vetiver are sweet cherry, Haitian vetiver, and fluffy musk. So those three fragrances, I think they work really well together to balance out that sweetness so that it's not overpowering. We talk about, a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about, is it a couple of weeks already? Yeah, I think it was like a couple of weeks. But we were talking about the decadence, the rich creaminess of our Mission Luxe Rev cream. With this fragrance, you still get that decadence, that classic, over the top fragrance notes, but it doesn't come through in any single fragrance. It comes together as a fuller, rounder, bolder fragrance. I really like the way that they balance these fragrances. Once you let the fragrance settle in, I like to use fragrances on my pulse points. If you're not familiar with fragrances, wrists, neck, behind the ears, the back of your knees, your ankles, all those little delicate areas on your body, those are the best places to apply fragrances because the heat from those areas really help the fragrance shine through. And this is one of those fragrances that, like I said, throughout the day, it kind of just hits you with that boom, boom, pow. So all of the ingredients in both of these fragrances, as a matter of fact, they're from master perfumers. they're also like handcrafted. Like they took the time to figure out what fragrances would work to create a gender neutral fragrance. So this is an eau de parfum, so you're gonna get that all day wear. And like I said, all of the different notes throughout this fragrance really round out the fragrance. So that Haitian vetiver, from what I've learned from the Haitian vetiver, it's a more muskier, woodsy kind of fragrance. So that, you know, like I said, it takes down the sweetness of like the fruit cherry kind of fragrance. So while it does smell like cherries, the Haitian vetiver kind of gives it that more of a woodsy note. And then the fluffy musk, as you guys know, musk tends to be a more spicy, bolder, kind of heavier, thicker fragrance. So I'm a person, I like really sweet perfumes, sometimes in moderation. But I also tend to gravitate more towards a musk. So I loved, if you were familiar with some of our old fragrances, I used to love the fragrances that we did with Fergie. That's why I think that Boom Boom Pow song is stuck in my head. But we did a fragrance line with Fergie a few years ago, and the first fragrance that she came out with, it was also this, you know, musky kind of, still like, it had a hint of floral, but it wasn't so floral that it was just like, you know, super sweet. That musk really balanced it out. So when I got used to this fragrance, it started to remind me of that. So the vetiver in this product, it's distilled and then the cherries, and infused with the cherries to create this fragrance. So beautiful blend. I think all of the fragrances work very well together. You kind of just have to give it a minute. Like, do not, because I'm telling you, I did it and I was like, no. I knew what I was doing when I did it, but we all know you spray a perfume, you let it air dry, kind of like sink into your skin, do what it's doing before you smell it. Millie was there when I first tried it. I was like, I don't know about this. But as the day wore on, totally grew on me. So very warm fragrance, very indulgent. I think both of these fragrances are more on the warm side, and I think that's why they go they're going to go very well for fall. So I'm really glad that these fragrances are coming out now as we transition into fall and winter. You know, we're thinking like pumpkin spice season, you know, the holidays. I would say like this, the cherry vetiver is like perfect for fall. It gives that warmth, that rich kind of like everything that you think of when you think fall, like pumpkin spice cookies, well, pumpkin spice coffee for me, spice cookies for everyone else. You know, you're starting to just go into that like natural, fruity, vegetable-y kind of fragrance for fall. You know, you're thinking of hot pumpkin pie, apple spice lattes, cinnamon spice, pumpkin spice. I love apple and cinnamon donuts in the winter. This is kind of that kind of fragrance, cherry and cinnamon. I have not had apple and spice coffee yet, but I want to try it. But after this fragrance, I'm also thinking I want to try cherry and spice donuts, because if it tastes as good as it smells, definitely worth going. So bottles also gender neutral, nothing feminine or masculine about them, so they go very great with each other. So also I think sometimes, how do I put this? Sometimes the guys will say to me, you know, they like a fragrance, but their girl doesn't really like it. Sometimes, you know, a fragrance that's made specifically for a man might be too masculine for a lady. So she may feel like, okay, I don't want to smell like Old Spice. So, or, you know, vice versa. Sometimes my guys are like, no, these girls are wearing these fruit things, like these very berry cherry kind of fragrances, and it's not happening for me. So in that respect too, you know, if you get a gender neutral fragrance, then you're more inclined to appeal to the senses of everybody. So that's something else to keep in mind. But why don't we go ahead and get into the next fragrance? I know, Milagros, that this guy is your favorite. So this Santal Musk is another fragrance, again, gender neutral, and the keynotes in this one are Asian pear. So again, that fruity base, but Asian pear tends to be a little more creamy, a creamier kind of fragrance, if that makes sense. That's how it was described to me. It also tends to be a little pricier than other pairs because the fragrance does take quite a bit of time to develop. You have to get it at that right time where it's not so ripe that it's super sweet. It's just like al dente. It's perfect. So the top note, the first thing you're going to get when you smell it is that Asian pear, and then rose santal, and then Indian sandalwood. So again, those musky fragrances. So we're getting a little bit of sweet and a little bit of musk. But I would say that the Santal musk is really a more musky fragrance. So I think that this is a great fragrance that we transition, you know, deeper into the winter. It's a little warmer, it's a little spicier. I feel like you really get that sandalwood fragrance when you're using it. And then that Turkish rose, I didn't even know. I mean, I'm not a plant person. I would have to ask my mom. But I didn't even know that there were different types of roses. But the Turkish rose has a more woody base than regular rose. So even though I'm saying rose, I don't, and pear, you know, fruit and flowers, I don't want you guys to be like, oh, no, no, no. It's a rounder rose. It's not as floral a rose. Yeah, you don't get like, I get more spice, but not, how do I describe it? It's not so like pop of cinnamon or, you know, pop of spices in your face. It's more like if you ever, okay, when we get closer to the holidays and they start to roll out like the woods and the cedar chips and the those seasonal woods, that's sort of what it reminds me to. So not exactly a walk through Home Depot, but very earthy tones, but with that like kick of spice, if that makes any sense to anybody. But fragrances are so hard to describe over YouTube. I hope you guys can follow along between me and my crazy descriptions. But I kind of just, I got to tell you what it reminds me of. So it is what it is. So Santal Musk, also, like I said, both of these fragrances are created by master, I don't know if it's fragranceurs, but master fragrance makers. So they know what they're doing, and they spent a lot of time. Like when you think of the line Artisan, think of somebody like creating a painting, creating a masterpiece. They really put time into weaving these fragrances together. And I can tell you that you can tell when you smell the fragrance, because sometimes when you smell a fragrance, you can say, oh yeah, I get that sandalwood, or oh yeah, I get that, you know, this fragrance, or, you know, one kind of stands out on its own. I feel like these roll and blend together really well. And I guess the best way to describe it is that it is like a symphony, like musical, like a musical composition. Everything kind of rolls and works together. That's why I said spray it and let it sit, let it do its job. let it get that beat going before you judge it, you know. So both have a, like I said, eau de parfum, so you're getting that all day wear, concentrated essential oils, so that you get good base notes. Those base notes, I think, of the sandalwood for the Santal musk, and the I think I said fluffy musk. The fluffy musk for the cherry vetiver. Those base notes, I think, are what really anchor the fragrances and keep them from flying away, keep them from being too sweet or keep them from being too spicy. They kind of really just weave well together. So what kind of person are you? Are you more of a cherry fragrance or more of a musk fragrance person? If you're familiar with the fragrances that we've had before, if you used to love Rare Gold or Velvet or True Gent Blue for the guys, then you're going to want to go more towards the cherry. So the cherry is a more, think of our blue fragrances. To be honest, it was compared to Velvet, but I feel like Velvet had it was such a, like, a more powerful spice. I would say like Velvet on a person who just walked by, like the lingering Velvet fragrance. It's totally not as strong as Velvet, but I can see where the similarities lie. For the Santal musk, it's more like the classic Far Away or our Mesmerized Black. So I know that the Mesmerized Black was very popular because it wasn't as spicy as that classic Mesmerize. It was, again, a little more earthy, a little more grounded than the Mesmerize, the one in the blue box. So Mesmerize Black, if you like that fragrance, like that, just that hint of spice, then you want to go for the Santal Musk. But I gotta tell you, both of them, I've had both of these on all day, and I still get the cherry, which is the top note. So it's not like the top note, you know, flew away and is never coming back. I still get that cherry and that musk that grounds it. And then on the Santal Musk, it's I think a fresher spice. It's weird because the Haitian vetiver is in the cherry, but I feel like I get that freshness more in the Santal Musk than in the cherry. So I don't know. It's up to you guys. You gotta just have to judge for yourself. But really quick, I just want to give you a close-up of the bottle. So gold lid with the word LYRD engraved. So these are all the LYRD product line. Can you guys see? Yeah, that's better. So LYRD engraved in the top. And just very simple but classic bottle. So this would look good on anyone's nightstand, you know. I feel like nobody would feel like, oh, okay, that bottle is a little too girly. You know, sometimes we could put like the tassels on the bottles and the flowers. These bottles are just really, they kind of remind me of essential oil bottles, like high-end essential oils. They're really just there to house the product, but look good doing it too, if that makes sense. So they both look very great on your nightstand. So check out both of these fragrances, Cherry Vetiver and Santal Musk. Now, none of these fragrances, as I said, are available yet. I know, devastating, right? But you guys can see that there is a wait list. So I'm going to drop in the chat box. You can join the wait list for both of these products so that you could be among the first to hear about them. But this is the Santal Musk. And as I said, you know, that sandalwood kind of fragrance, a little more earthy. And then this is the Cherry Vetiver fragrance. So red bottle. Oh, here you go. Master Perfumer. That's the proper title for our perfumers. So yeah, cherry, warm and indulgent. And Santal Musk, warm and exotic. I think that's that the Indian sandalwood that gives it that sort of exotic fragrance. So what do you guys think? Yes, reminder to subscribe. Just had to put that reminder in. If you haven't, now's the time to do it. So if you have tried these fragrances, let me know what you think. Malagra says that she loves the musky scent, and it is an everyday fragrance. Yeah, both of these fragrances, like I said, they're quite easy to wear, surprisingly, because sometimes those sometimes the spicy fragrances aren't easy to wear every day. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes when the fragrance is really spicy, it can be overpowering for the senses, but these don't do that. Like I said, you kind of just catch that whiff of it throughout your day, like, that's kind of nice. What is that? Oh, it's me. And as I said, I've actually been wearing them both because at first it was just accidentally. I kind of just wanted to get used to the different fragrances. So I have my Cherry Vetiver on this wrist, and I have my Santal Musk on this wrist. But for a few days, I've kind of been wearing the two of them together, which you normally don't do. But I knew I had a video coming up, and I wanted to experience the both of them. And, you know, being pressed for time, I was like, okay, we'll put one on each wrist. Oddly enough, they both work very well together. When I'm doing stuff with this hand, I kind of get that Santal Musk fragrance, and it's like, oh, that's nice. And then when I'm doing things with this hand, I get that cherry fragrance, and it's like, oh, that's also nice. But somehow both of the fragrances, even though they're both spicy, even though they're both eau de parfums, neither one of them is overpowering the other, which I thought was really weird because normally you just can't mix perfumes. Like, it would just create a disaster for your nose. Oddly enough, these two, they still manage to hold their own. Like, I can legit smell each one of them individually on my wrist, but they don't compete with each other either. They still kind of complement each other. So if you're not sure of which one to try, try them both. You know, if you want, wear them together, but you know, kind of just to create that difference. And I thought that was kind of cool because I don't know of any other fragrances that I could comfortably mix together unless it's something like a baby powder that's very, very soft. You know, usually two eau de parfums would compete with each other. These do not. So give them a try. Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to leave your comments. I always love to hear your feedback and your opinions. If you had a favorite, if you like them both, if you were bold enough to try the both of them together like I am, I would love to see how that works out for you guys. if it works out as well as it does for me. But Artisan, new line, gender neutral. Check it out. It's going to be available in about 2 weeks. Yes, but you know I will drop the links for all of these online, but I do recommend that you join the wait list because I have seen Equinox where hint hint but I have seen where new fragrances have come out or new products have come out where they were so popular that they launched and were gone. So the holidays are coming. For those people on your guest list, I would even say, you know, as a holiday gift, the red and green bottles I think would make the perfect holiday set, you know, for anyone. You could make it like a couple's basket, his and hers. You could make it you know, just a housewarming present, because I would even, you know, you can use these as sort of like a decanter, kind of to just give the room a nice smell. Who do you know who is moving into a new house? Me? No. me. You know, who do you know who's moving? Great housewarming gift. Basically anybody on your list. Birthdays, the boss, the co-workers, the work mom, you know, anybody on your list, male or female. I think this is going to be the easiest gift giving fragrance, where it makes it look like you put in a lot of effort into picking your gift, but it was actually really easy because this is a product that's just great for anyone. So you didn't really have to think, okay, well, what do guys like? What do girls like? Oh, what do I get this person? Just get them this. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So that's my 2 products for the day. Check them out, guys. I hope you guys like them. Looking forward to your feedback. If you haven't, third reminder now, be sure to subscribe so that you can see all of the videos and hear all of my chats and my reviews of all of these products and get to learn a little bit more about them. And if you have any questions for me, any videos that you'd like to see, anything you would like to learn more about, go ahead and send me an email, georgianapluslive@bossladies.com. Love getting your emails, so don't be shy. Send me an email. Love hearing from you guys. Nita says they're beautiful. Are there samples? Samples are coming. Hashtag COVID. They're gonna take a while, but they will be here. The samples will be here, so stay tuned for the samples. They'll be coming out as well. But I would tell you, I mean, they're launching in 2 weeks. That's gonna be campaign 23. Like I said, people are already joining the wait list for it, so don't wait for the samples. Just try it. Because you don't want it to come out and then be gone. With the way things are going, you know, not just because of COVID, but we're moving into holiday season right now. People are already buying their holiday gifts. They're already doing their holiday shopping just because of how crazy things have been. So if there's anything, whether it's something that I'm talking about, something that you've seen on the website, if you want it, just get it. Because just take my word for it. Long story short, just get it. So Nita says she'll let me know when she receives it. Yes, Nita, I can't wait, and I want to see and hear your thoughts on it. So that's it for me for tonight. Thank you guys all for joining me. Love chatting with you. Catch the replay. Let me know if you're watching the replay. If you're new, let me know if you're watching for new. And if you're trying any of the products that I've been sharing with you, let me know, and let me know how you like them. So that's it for me, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Links are already up, so you can hop on over to my channel to see what we'll be talking about tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie, if it changes, I have 2 videos that I really want to do, and I just don't know which one I want to do first. So yeah, there will be a video tomorrow, of course, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys then. So have a great night. Thank you for watching. Bye.